Construction has begun on the old Burger King building on 2nd Street and Highway 197 in Bemidji. But the expansion project is raising eyebrows as the site could potentially hold American Indian remains and artifacts. Sarah Madison talks to the Minnesota Indian Affairs Council, which is keeping a close eye on the development.
Jim Jones, Cultural Resources Director for the Minnesota Indian Affairs Council, has been inspecting the digs on this construction site.
So that's all previously disturbed soil. So if they stay on this side of it, they should be okay.
He's looking to see if black soil or intact ground is present, because that is where potential American Indian remains and artifacts would be found.
This area has high potential for documented burials that have been found and impacted going back to the 1980s, going all the way back to the 1930s.
The council found American Indian remains under the Pamida building, and they found artifacts under the Subway restaurant. So they're concerned this construction project could hit more intact ground.
When they expanded Pamida, this expansion came out this side. Yeah. And that's when they hit remains in 1988. We need to be careful because we do not want to be unearthing human remains again.
Under the Private Cemeteries Act amended in the 1970s, all burials on state land are protected. Therefore, an archaeological survey must be conducted before construction begins. But this parcel is private property.
Private property is not required to do an archaeological survey under the Field Archaeology Act. However, under Minnesota Statute 307, the Private Cemeteries Act, that applies to all lands and all waters within the state of Minnesota.
There are many burial mounds in Bemidji, and Jones wants developers to be aware of potential archaeological sites, especially along the shoreline of Lake Bemidji.
So we don't know what else was there before the city of Bemidji built on top of everything here.
We didn't think there would be anything since that's been all excavated before when they built the original building. There's mostly fill on that site, so most of the ground around there has been fill, and that's what the sand that we're digging up now looks mostly all fill sand in that area.
According to the city, a new restaurant called Hurricane Grill and Wings will be leasing this property and is expanding the entryway and bar area.
We're not going that deep. We're about 4.5 feet deep. That's all we're going. So,
if we get down below that and there's intact soil, then yes, that changes things.
Miller says if developers were constructing a new building, then an archaeological survey would have been done.
It's just hard to kind of remember everything that needs to take place, especially when it is an existing building. If it's a new site, yeah, then you know you should do those things.
Do we need to do a survey? Because A, are there intact soils there? And right now, I can confirm that no, there isn't.
Construction started on Friday, and restaurant owners plan on opening for this year's 4th of July. Sarah Madison, Lakeland News.
Jones says despite the previous human remains and artifacts found in the area, the Indian Affairs Council was not notified about the project prior to construction. But the city says it is now currently working closely with developer Kraus Anderson and the council on the matter.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.